following up on a story I did about the Americans getting kidnapped in Mexico. And unfortunately, we have an update, and it's not that good. So we're going to watch some footage and then discuss, what a crazy story this is. Um,
Were kidnapped in Mexico were found dead today, while the other two are back in the U.S. getting medical treatment. Tonight, what we're learning about why this tight-knit group was traveling to Mexico. Latavia McGee, a 33-year-old mother of 5 children, was making a second trip to the country for a cosmetic surgery. CBS's Omar Villafranca is outside the hospital in Brownsville, Texas tonight for us. Good evening, Omar.
Good evening. 2 of the victims are back on American soil, recovering at this hospital behind me, while the U.S. government is working to get back the other bodies of the other 2 victims. Now, we talked to the wife of one of the survivors. She told us family is still in shock. 2 Americans who survived being caught in a shootout and kidnapped by cartel gunmen were taken to a hospital in Brownsville, Texas today. Mexican authorities found Latavia McGee and Eric Williams at a stash house outside the city of Matamoros after gunmen moved them to multiple locations to avoid capture. It was the end of a road trip for cosmetic surgery. McGee, Williams, along with their close friends Shahid Woodard and Zindell Brown, traveled last week from South Carolina to Matamoros so McGee could have cosmetic surgery. This video shows the moment when they were kidnapped at gunpoint after being caught in a shootout between rival cartel gangs. Here you see McGee being forced into the back of a pickup truck by armed men, with others who appear hurt, also dragged and loaded onto the truck bed. Woodard and Brown were killed. Traveling abroad for medicine and medical procedures is common. More than 1 million Americans traveled to Mexico for health tourism last year, spending about $250 million. 38-year-old Williams, a husband and father, was shot in the leg but is expected to survive. We talked to his wife, Michelle, moments ago from North Carolina. She didn't want to show her face, but says she talked to her husband today.
Did he tell you anything about that moment at all?
No, we didn't discuss it because it was to hear his voice. It was just a lot of crying. My son was there, and my son just wanted to hear his voice. But then he had to go because he was going into the hospital.
Kidnapped, shot.
CBS News has learned that McGee had been to Mexico before for cosmetic surgery. Investigators are pointing the blame at the Gulf Cartel for.
I mean, that's just a crazy story. Man, traveling abroad to go get cosmetic surgery, I would imagine that they would have said that it was for a medical procedure, like health-wise, instead of, but it was probably to get like her teeth fixed or something hella cheap because we just charge way too much in this country for the things that normal people need. I mean, some people gotta spend 20 G's to get they mouth fixed. Like, I don't, but man, it's crazy, man. Check the surrounding, areas where you're going, where you're visiting before you go. Like, it's not that hard. It's easily accessible. Google it. Be smart about where you're going and understand that it's not that sweet everywhere. Like, where you live, it may be all good, but when you travel to a foreign country and they're at war for, over, obviously what they're fighting over is drugs, which it shouldn't be a shock to people. I mean, it's it's very common down there that cartels fight each other for territory and whatnot. And I'm not saying that, they deserve what they got because they should know and they should read up on it, and who it don't matter because or for I don't know, but it's just a sad story. So those of you that think about doing this, needing that surgery, just check up on where you're going. Be mindful about where you're at, and be safe, and until the next video, Sandy Image Productions.